Marcedes, thanks so much for getting up and hanging out with us this morning. So you guys go and you lose your first game, then you rattle off 7 straight after that, including, like I mentioned, a really impressive win over then unbeaten Arizona. What do you think is clicking for this team right now so far, especially the last couple of weeks?
Well, I think, everybody is really close in this locker room. And, obviously, we won 7 straight, but we still haven't found our best game yet. And I think that's saying a lot, knowing that there's still so much more out there for us to get as far as cohesion and making sure we are where we want to be when it's time to get to the playoffs. So still a lot of work to do, but I think that's what makes really good teams.
Marcedes, I want to look back for a moment because obviously your team and your quarterback were a huge subject of conversation going into the year. And then Aaron had the press conference that, at least in sports media circles, pretty famous press conference where he kind of lays out everything. And I thought it was really noteworthy that he, in that moment and since then, I think has made every effort to, every time he steps to a microphone, talk about how much he loves his teammates, how close the guys are. And you just mentioned how close the locker room is. And so while you're watching from afar this offseason, this all play out, I'm curious what you're thinking if you were wondering, wait, is Aaron going to be back? And if after that press conference inside the locker room, that was all put away for the season.
Well, I think, obviously me and Aaron are pretty close, and, we lean on each other for certain things. And he kept me pretty locked in as far as in the offseason and things like that. And, letting me know what he was thinking while everybody else is trying to figure it all out. But there was a little piece of me trying to figure out if he was going to, report to camp. And, when I got to Green Bay and walked into the training room to start my physical, I saw a 12 with this little smirk on his face, and I knew at that point everything was going to be great. And, like you mentioned, as far as like the love we have for each other, just as a football team, it's just all about gratitude and understanding that, it's a privilege to play in this league. You can't take nothing for granted. And so I think, not just the games, but practices, meetings, that's just the vibe around the building. And, it might have been just what we needed to just shake everything up. So he's definitely been, a blessing, obviously, for as long as he's played this game and at such a high level. But he's like an extra coach on the field. So it's really good to be around him.
Marcedes, Jenna mentioned the tough opening game loss to New Orleans, obviously started the season badly. But looking back, the 7 wins since then, was that actually maybe a good thing for the team? Was that a wake-up call that you guys kind of needed?
Yeah, well, it's you rather that stuff happen like at the beginning of the year. And, I want to say that was like our preseason game. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Not really locked in as far as who's going to play next to who, trying to figure out what guy's going to be shuffled in, and with the O-line. But it was definitely what we needed at the very beginning. Humble pie is the best pie in this league, especially if it happens earlier than late. So it's just been keeping us on our toes and understanding that, like I said before, nothing is guaranteed. The parity in this league is so small, so the margin for error is you can't take that for granted. And every week we work at it and want to get better every day, and that's what we're doing.
So before the season started, Aaron and Devontae both tweeted or Instagrammed Scotty and Jordan pictures. And the narrative was, this is the last dance. A little beef with management, maybe up against some salary cap issues. And that sort of was a storyline, and then it kind of went away once you guys started to win a lot of games. Is there still a last dance vibe in the locker room? Is that something that you guys have taken on, or is that a media creation?
I think it's maybe more of a media creation, but they had to get it from somewhere. And obviously, when Aaron and Devontae posted those pictures, that's where they got it from. And I think it's more of a mentality, meaning that, you never know when this thing is going to be over. So you got to take it in stride and have fun doing it. So we definitely in the building. That's not the feeling. We've just been focusing on getting better every single day and, enjoying the process because that's all you can control. The wins and losses, we don't have control over that, but how you approach the game, the journey, the process, we do control that. And so we're just trying to do that to the best of our ability.
Marcedes, I want to piggyback off something that Wilds just asked. Nick mentioned we've seen a lot more of Aaron Rodgers opening up in the press conferences. He's been pretty open about you guys. But you've been with him now last season, this season. What's he like? Is he more focused and driven? Is he more relaxed? I mean, besides the hair let down, which we found out was for a Halloween costume, I'm just curious, how, what the change in Aaron Rodgers has been coming into the season. I can't tell if he's super, super focused or if he's a little more sort of, I'm letting my foot off the pedal because things are going really well.
I would say it's a mixture of both. I think A-Rod has always been focused, but I think just his mentality of not, why so serious, so to speak. Let's have fun doing this. And, him and LaFleur relationship is, 1 year better now. So they're on the same page as far as what they want to get done. When I explain to my friends and family of how, because they always ask me about the playbook, right? And, LaFleur is a football geek and so is A-Rod. So, LaFleur has his own playbook and A-Rod has his separate playbook, and they just, they merge it when it's time to go out there to win games. So, in a way, he's more, I would say, relaxed. But I think that's helped his focus, so to speak, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just, it's different, man. It's different from, the 3 years, that I was with him before. This year is just more, I don't know, man. It's hard to pinpoint it, but it's just more relaxed.
Zen?
It's been a joy, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I think the word that he's used at least once is zen, and I'm not really totally sure what that means. That's kind of like work smarter, not harder. I don't know exactly how that works, but it sounds good. All right, speaking of working smarter, I'm not going to tell you how you guys should approach the Chiefs game. What I am going to tell you is first half of the year, you lost 1 and then won 7 in a row. So some would argue it'd be smart to just lose the next one and then reel off another 7 in a row. It's an out-of-conference game. You don't really need it. You guys already have the long week. By the way, the NFL, you guys played Thursday, right? And the Chiefs played last night. You guys play each other Sunday. Just strikes me as a little unfair. I don't know. Marcedes know better than me. Now, my fellow panelists here all think the Chiefs stink. Turn the ball over a ton. Mahomes can't throw anymore. Defense awful. I'm curious, in Green Bay, how are you guys looking at, the very mediocre, turnover-prone, beleaguered Kansas City Chiefs as you head into this matchup?
I mean, you guys saw our schedule coming into the year. They tried to give us all the juggernauts on our schedule. And so, with that said, we prepare for every team the same. We understand that, when the Chiefs are at their best, the problems that they present, and that's the Chiefs team that we're preparing for them to be explosive as they have and let the chips fall where they may. And, we're looking forward to the opportunity. Obviously, you got Mahomes over there. A-Rod is always excited, when he's playing against Mahomes and, and just playing in that stadium in general. I mean, that's what football is about. So it's going to be a great game. I look forward to the opportunity, and let's see what happens.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.